Here, Heather.
Okay, if I trip, it's because there's holes, and we had to move to the other side of the shop because it was really windy on the other side. Okay. I'm going.
Ingo.
When you're a kid, you don't get to choose where you live. Sometimes you like where you live, and sometimes you don't. Wherever and however you grew up will leave a lasting impression on you. The things that you learn while growing in the place you grew up will stay with you forever. Today, I'm going to tell you how living on a farm has shaped me into who I am today. I will do this by telling you the benefits, the challenges, and the things that only happen on a farm. Anywhere that you may live will have its own set of pros and cons, just like living on a farm. So let's start with the pros. According to the Population Reference Bureau, about 22% of the U.S. population lived on farms in 1953. But as of 2003, only 1% lived on farms. I love living on a farm because of all the space that we have. According to Dad, just our yard is about 10 acres, which is about 10 football fields. I love being surrounded by nature and being able to see wild animals in our yard. Part of having all this space comes privacy, which is really nice. We are not the people who like attention, so having all this privacy is really nice. Living on a farm also means that our neighbors are over a mile away. So sometimes you may not know them, but you know of them. Sometimes you may not know them, but you know of them. And this has had an effect on my friendships. It has made me more intentional with who I spend my time with, and I'm really thankful for that. There may be many benefits to living on a farm, but there are also many challenges. We live about 20 miles out of town, so we spend plenty of money on gas. And we are a very busy family, so with each of us kids in some type of activity. And instead of being able to go home and eat, we have to eat out because otherwise we won't get to eat until late at night. With all this space comes some maintenance. Most of the maintenance is mowing the lawn, which takes about 3 to 4 hours. And by the time you're done, you feel like you're still riding the lawnmower. Also, when it blizzards, we have to push our own snow because no one can get out here and clean them before we need to leave. My dad, who is the chair of the township board, says that it takes a couple days for them to come out and clean them. When living on a farm, you also have to learn how to be flexible because you never know what may happen. For example, when we used to have cows, they would get out sometimes, so then we would have to go put them back in. And also with having cows, we could never go on a trip without having someone lined up to take care of them. This is why my dad would have to miss some of our activities. Although living on a farm definitely has challenges, the benefits and adventures outweigh them. I can't tell you how many times animals have just shown up in our yard. The cows that have gotten out of the pastures and shown up right outside our front door, just hanging out on our lawn. And most of the time, the animals that showed up weren't ours. We have also had many random cats come and visit us. Sometimes they were just the neighbor's cats, and other times somebody just dropped them off out here. This just happened last fall. This particular cat was named Jax and liked to ride underneath our cars and ride all the way to town with us and just surprise us. We also had this other cat named Spike that showed up at our house one day smelling like a skunk. Needless to say, none of these cats stayed around very long. And another thing that has happened is people have shown up at our door asking if they could use our bathroom. According to my mom, they were people that my dad let hunt on our land, but it was still really weird. It was mostly awkward because it was people that my dad knew, but we didn't. So it was strangers that asked to use our bathroom. In conclusion, there are ups and downs to living on a farm, and there's no limit to the weird things that may happen. You may not always get to choose where you live, but I hope you remember the cows that may be on your front yard. Thank you.
Research it.
Yeah, good job, Hailey.
Sorry, I got distracted by a few cars that drove by.
Oh, well, I didn't even notice you were distracted. You did great.
Okay, good.
I have you at 5:24, so that's a great time. And can we give Hailey some compliments? What did she do well?
You had some good stories that were funny, and I liked your background because it kind of added to the overall. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, your outfit is really cute too.
Thanks. I forgot
And I like that you could hear stuff in the background.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was cool.
Birds and frogs. I was like, oh my gosh.
I like how, I know we talked about this in your outline, but I noticed that you added the statistics in about how many people get to grow up like you and how it's less and less every year. I liked hearing that at the beginning. And yeah, you guys already took the good comments. Being outdoors was such a great idea. Added to your speech, underscored your speech. That's a visual multimedia element I'll give you on that one. Good stories, good humor. Way to go. Can I see your note cards?
Yeah. Here. Hold it. I use the ellipsis.
Okay.
Kind of see. It's kind of sunny, so you might not be able to see very well.
Okay. So is that the first one still?
Oh.
Or is that the
I think I
second
did them
one?
in the wrong order. That one's the first one, and then here's the second one.
Okay. 2, that's all you had?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Wow, +3. Okay. All right. Excellent job, Hailey. You're done too.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Feels good.
I'll bet it does. Good. And then we have Daniel for our last speech today.
I want to stop recording.
Oh, good point. Okay.